everybody, and welcome to another week of Stage Door with Michael.
And Divina. Now, I'm Michael.
And I'm Divina. And we are going to be talking to lots of exciting and interesting people from across the theatrical world. I had a bit of a moment there, didn't I?
I think you did, Divina.
The old age is creeping in. Where
Luckily,
am I? What day
there's
is
two of
it?
us.
Who am I? And what are we doing right now? I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what we're doing. We are heading to Stage Doors to meet all of our favourite theatre stars.
Oh, ever the professional Michael, getting us back on track. And that is exactly what we're doing, getting back on track. We are finding out all of their gossip about them, the industry, how they got where they are, and what makes them tick.
Yes, we're very lucky today because we have a very talented human who is travelling all over the place, playing for shows, cabarets, and very often found with the wonderful John Barrowman. Ooh. Today's guest is the wonderful Ben Papworth.
Hi! Hello!
Hello.
This is already carnage. I love it.
I know. I don't know what Davina's had to drink, but we all need some.
It's just water. It's not even Russian water. It's just normal water. My brain is not quite there at the moment.
Not there.
Really.
Not there. Not there.
So how are you,
dear.
darling Ben?
Good, thank you, gorgeous. Good, thank you. How are you two?
Yeah, really good. Where
We
in
are
the world
good.
are you right now?
I'm at home at the moment, which is joyous and delicious. I've got 1 week more at home, and then we're back into rehearsals for tour through the end of April and May. So enjoying it whilst I can.
So
Tour
April-
being, for the listeners that don't know.
I'm back on tour with John Barrowman. So we are doing his My Life in Musicals tour, which we start at the end of April and it goes through to the end of May, and then we take a break for summer, and then we're back again from September and October, and we finish the tour. Finish the tour. I keep reminding myself of Justin Timberlake. This is going to ruin the tour. So I've got like a week at home to just reset, chill. I just turned 30, so I'm going through that at the moment. And yeah.
Is that, when you say going through that, do you mean scary or feeling good about it?
I didn't think I'd hit 30, if I'm really honest. So I don't know what it is. I just, 30 for some reason for me has been a big milestone. And there's a lot happening this year. I turn 30, I get married this year. So it's like, this year is just, unforgiving. But I'm loving it, and it's great. And people now take me seriously as a member of the industry, which is great.
There is this. I'm still waiting for that to happen.
What, turning 30?
Now, dear.
You can really go off some people.
I'm being nice. I'm saying you look young. Right, come on. Look, we've got to get down to the serious stuff here. So obviously, we all know the BBC hit show All Together now very well. Doesn't it seem like a lifetime ago? How did you make it onto the show? What was your process like to get on there?
Oh God, it was before COVID. I've wiped everything out of my brain that's like before COVID. Christ. I think I was contacted on Instagram by one of the researchers or the recruiting agents. I don't know what they call them. Talent scouts. There we go. I was contacted on Instagram because I'd put the right hashtags on my posts and stuff. And they invited me to, I think it was White City or Shepherd's Bush, for an interview with them. And I had one interview with two people in a tiny room in this office that did not look like the BBC. And that was it. And then suddenly I got an email saying, come along, you're going to be one of the 100, join us. These are the rehearsal dates and the filming dates, etc. And that was it. It was very non-eventful. What I do remember, though, was from my interview, they were very, very pushing they're like, we're really looking for people to be not negative, but just say what they think, just really say what they think on stage and things. And I was like, okay, great, lovely. And I'm quite a bubbly, nice human being. So I remember making some absolute crap up about the poor person they put on the TV in front of me to review my little review. And I was like, oh, she's not good. And they were like, we love it, we love it, we love it, we love it. I was like, that's what I got. And then everyone met me and I was just a delightful, bubbly little gay boy on screen. So, but yeah, it feels like an age ago now. When was it? 2018?
Did we film in 2017?
The first series would have been, because I filmed Drag Race was 2019. We aired that January of 2019 because that's when I was filming Drag Race. So it must have been the September of 2018 and the September of 2017
Christ.
for the first series.
Christ.
And I'd done
and
the
then we were
pilot
cut.
before that as well.
I didn't know there was a pilot.
It was a pilot, yeah, and I had worked I don't know if we filmed on like the Monday or it must have been the Sunday or the Monday but I had been working all weekend, so I'd worked until 5 o'clock Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we were in at 10. So every time they stopped filming, I just leant back against the wall like that.
Had a small power nap.
I just remembered when we filmed, there was a bit where we all had to film walking forward for like the TV advert, and Divina was right at the front in the middle, obviously, and someone trod on the back of your dress, and I've never seen someone look so. I thought, oh.
Kelly Wilde kept standing on my dress, and then she kept kind of edging
away.
I love Kelly as well. Like, I love her. She's an absolute icon on the gay scene. Like, she's this crazy Australian woman who had a hit with Gloria, don't you think it's funny, in Australia on the dance chart in like 1992 or something, and has been living off that ever since. Like, that
she was wild.
And she's wild.
She is wild.
She said something about lesbos or lesbians or something as well. It never made it to air, but it was
fabulous.
Like, I just remember sitting there being like,
what is happening?
She kept standing on my dress, and they put me in the middle, and she just kept like shuffling me out of the way to the point where I was like, oh, I give up, and I just went. I was like, I'm not fighting for this. Like,
I mean, you were seen. You were absolutely fine.
Where's Divina gone?
Oh, look there. Oh, I remember there's so many random bits that I remember. I remember the waiting area that we had, because do you remember we had the green room that we were never allowed in, and then the waiting area which felt like prison, all the rows of the plastic chairs, and the table at the side with the BBC's buffet food, which for a vegetarian was a jacket potato. And the little lockers that you could put your stuff in at the beginning of the day. Oh God, I remember all the filming and the VT. All the VT stuff that we had to do with Jerry Halliwell. We'd all be waiting in the green room, and then she'd come into the door and go, "Hi guys," as if she'd been with us the entire time. And we're like, "Hi Joey."
Right.
And then never spoke a word
any more on that. Yeah.
So
the BBC.
we've also done. All three of us did a show that I'd done at the other Palace.
Yes.
Million
oh my
years ago
God.
as well, almost straight after Drag Race, we went and did a thing at the other Palace. And I think about this a lot, Ben. How is it? Because you jump from, especially as a professional musician and an MD, a lot of your time is kind of you set the thing up, you do the thing, and then you jump to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Whereas it doesn't quite seem to work like that with musical theatre performers, in that they kind of get into a show and then they can be in that show for a full year. But lots of professional musicians move from one place to another, to another, to another. So how do you deal with that all the time?
See, I find it quite easy. I have a bad trait. I get bored very easily. I I like fresh. I like exciting. It's why I love my cabaret side of things compared to a long show for a long time, because it's fresh and it's exciting and it's engaging and it's different and it changes. So I relish in that kind of opportunity to do it. But I know that there's other MDs that really struggle with jumping in here and then jumping in there, and it either works or it doesn't. There's supervisors that are working on 3 or 4 shows in town at one point, and they're visiting Paddington, then popping their head into Phantom and switching that heads and taking those hats off and stuff. It's a hard job. It's a lot. You've got to memorize a 2.5-hour show, give your notes, kind of abandon that, and then go on to the next one. But I relish in doing different things, but not because I don't enjoy that process, because I love the variety that cabaret and doing other projects brings to me. Saying that though, I did Titanic for a year, so I did the UK and international tour of Titanic, which was a dream come true. I never ever thought I'd work on that show. Listening to the Broadway cast recording, how orchestral it was, like 30 something musicians on that album going, I'm never going to touch this. It's going to be some veteran MD of the West End that will do that, and it will never happen. And it just so happens that they were touring again, and it's a reduced chamber orchestra, and my best friend Danielle was producing it, and a couple of glasses of red wine later, we don't have an MD, do you fancy it? And I love doing that show for a full year. Oh my God, it filled my soul, it filled my heart. It's a beautiful Murray Eston score. So I think the right thing, the right shows, that's really what matters.
But I think, though, it's still variety, though, isn't it? Because if you are going from jump, actually, it's then variety to have a longer run. So I think that's probably good for you to have that. Because if you were going from year to year, then you think, oh, not another year, maybe. I don't know.
True. I also think that you've got to get in the mindset of it's a job at the end of the day. It's, luckily there are people in the West End that jump from one ensemble track to another ensemble track to this ensemble to this show to that show and bits and pieces. And it's how you pay your mortgage or your rent or your bills at the end of the day. It's, and especially in the current climate, a cost of living crisis, Jesus Christ, like, go get paid, go get money, go work, etc. Like, you're lucky. Don't get me started on the whole job opportunity in this industry and things like. It's a hard industry. God.
Yes. Well, let's keep it light then.
Positive.
And we're going to play a little game with you, if that's all right. We're going to test your musical theatre knowledge.
Okay.
So we need you in 30 seconds to list as many musical theatre song titles.
Okay.
You can go through a whole score if you want. You should be good at this. You see the scores in name as many as you can in 30 seconds. Davina's going to set the timer and I'll count your score.
Ready? Mostly because I can't count. I got a C at GCSE.
It's a count of 4 or an 8.
Exactly.
What? A C at GCSE counting?
Yeah.
I don't know if I did that GCSE.
Mine was it wasn't a GCSE, it was an MVQ. Not very qualified. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go!
All That Jazz, On My Own, I Dreamed a Dream, don't know why I'm counting, Made of Stone, this is hard, so much better, Master of the House, Lady's Maid, this is awful, I hate this, everyone's a little bit racist, BA in English, special.
10. Ben,
that wasn't
money on you getting 20 there.
I should have done the thing that I watched Sam Buttery's one the other week, and they showed show title and then went through all the numbers that they remember from that show title. Yeah. I should have had a method.
You should have done John's set list.
Right, hindsight is a wonderful thing, everyone. My heart is going like the clappers right now. That was anxiety-inducing. Look at this. 10. Look at that. That's not okay. This was supposed to be joyful.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Let's find some more joy then. You've had such a varied career, and you're only turning 30 this year, so it's wild all the different kind of avenues that you've been able to explore? Like, you've been a lecturer, a teacher, you've been an MD, you're in a companies, you've been on TV. There's been so many different avenues that you've already gone down. What have been some of the highlights so far?
Oh my God. Well, there was this one cabaret at the other palace with a drag queen and a member of Calabro. Some of the highlights, I think I've already spoken about Titanic. Titanic was a dream because I never thought I'd work on it. That was beautiful and incredible. What an opportunity. I love my gay cruises. My gay cruises are a great highlight of my year. I'm not doing any this year though, which is very sad. I know. 2027.
Working.
It's things, it's availability and things clash, etc. It's, you get loads of job opportunities and then you're like, how do I make it all work? But yeah, no, so none this year, I'm afraid. But next year. I love a gay cruise. Oh my God. Partially because I'm with my people. I'm with like a collective of varied gay and LGBTQ plus individuals. It is gorgeous. And I'm working with some insane talent. Like, oh my God, Christina Bianco, Trevor Ashley, Tori Scott, Megan Murphy from the US, Levi Christ, Tony Award winner. Like, I work with some insane people on these ships. It's all with a glass of wine in hand as I sail round the Caribbean. Or I did one last year, which was round the Arctic. Which one's up? Which one's down?
Arctic's up, Antarctic's down.
I did the Arctic Circle, and that was, oh my God, it was incredible. And I was playing piano, I don't know, singing Corner of the Sky with a glass of white wine in hand as the gays were looking out at these icebergs. It was fabulous. Other highlights, I recently started working with Lucy Jones. Working with her has been exceptional. Love her to pieces. Oh my God, though, there's been so much, like you say. I lived in Sitges for a year. I lectured at the Institute of the Arts Barcelona. And that's incredible. My God, they have, every year, at the end of their school year, they do a roundup of every single nationality that's at the school. And at any given point, they've got about 25 different nationalities at the school, all coming together to learn musical theatre or dance or acting. That was a wonderful year. That's a great year. You finished teaching at 4 p.m. An evening in May, and then go down to the beach and do it all again tomorrow. What a great time. What else? I did a big Oh, you did this, Michael. The Stages Fest.
Stages Fest. Oh, on the cruise.
Do you remember those? The cruise ship.
Yeah, with Calabro. Yeah.
Yeah, where we went from Southampton and did the smallest trip. It wasn't to Dublin because it was bad weather. We went to Cork, but we didn't go to Cork.
Yeah, that was such a shame they stopped. I feel like that was all COVID stuff, wasn't it?
I have no idea. It was a shame. There was a whisper of it coming back, but nothing's ever happened. But that was fun. Stick a load of musical theatre people on a ship. It was really fun. I love a ship.
And was it always MDing or even playing that you wanted to do? Like, when did you first learn to play, or how did you realise that was going to be a career?
It's a weird route. So as a young kid, I at school did my drama shows, like the yearly musical or whatever. So I was Oliver and Oliver, Joseph and Joseph, not Alan Bennett, Adrian Mole. And I thought, and originally when I was going to college, I was looking at applying to places like RADA and Central School of Music, Speech and Drama and stuff. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be on stage. And then when I went to college in York, there was an opportunity from what I call my gay dads, Mike and John, to be a assistant music director to Michael on the youth side of the amateur scene. And I did it. Why not? And I fell in love with it. And I went under John and Mike's wings. They were musical director. And I fell in love with that. And that's where it all kind of kicked off for me. I did so many shows. I did Gypsy, Sweeney Todd. If I could put these on my CV, great. I did Gypsy, I did Sweeney Todd, I did Phantom, I did Les Mis, I did Grease, I did High School Musical, the musical, all whilst at college and at university. I thought I'd always be on stage, but I didn't. I want to work off stage, and oh, that was me. I raised my hand. It did a funny thing. Sorry. My hand did a funny thing. But yeah, always thought I'd be on stage. I did all the pantos. We had a local tiny little village hall where we did a panto in February for some strange reason. And I used to be like the comedic like sidekick of the dame. And then one year we did Wizard of Oz and I was the lion and I kept tripping over my really long tail to one point that I tripped over it and ripped it off myself on stage. And there's a video of that somewhere, which is camp. But yeah. I love it. I was in, oh my God, I was in Joseph and the school asked us to wear pashminas. And my dad and stepmom hadn't a clue what pashminas was and I wasn't gay enough by that point. So we didn't know what it was, and my stepmom made me this full-on like outfit, and there I walked into rehearsals in this full-on outfit as everyone else was wearing scarves, and they felt so bad for me, so they let me wear it during the show. I still have it somewhere. Isn't that cute? Humble beginnings.
Very cute.
I love that.
Humble beginnings.
But you're always busy. Like, whenever I see something from you, you're always doing something. So how do you and what do you do to relax?
It used to be years ago, I used to play piano to relax. It's so funny. I used to, genuinely, living in London in my tiny little flat in West Ealing, there wasn't much you could do to relax. I wasn't big into my gym at that point. I was a tiny, thin little thing. I just play piano. Now, moving out of London, living in Milton Keynes, land of roundabouts and broken dreams, I love my garden. You'll have seen it on my Instagram. I garden so much, and oh my word, what a joy it is. Like, currently, it's just popping with colour, reds, pinks, blues, yellows, oranges, the greens everywhere. So if I need to relax, that's where I go, and I can breathe fresh air, and it's gorgeous, it's lovely. I also knit. I do a lot of knitting. I'm a very, very good knitter. Very, very good knitter.
Can you show us something that you've done recently?
Come with me.
Let's go to the
Come
knitting
with
corner.
me. This is my... Hang on. We're going around the house.
It's like Challenge Annika right now.
No, I like
This is like...
Find me one
on the
knitted
way
jumper.
supermarket sweep or something.
Blue.
Fuck then. All these. I knit a lot of socks. So I knitted all these.
Wow.
All those. Look at them. Look at them. They're all fancy.
Oh.
But this is the pièce de résistance.
Your house is very stylish, by the way. It looks very...
Thank you. It's two
modern.
gays. We're trying to, you know... I knitted a full-on vest.
Yay!
Well
Look at that.
done.
It's got pants. Look at that. This is what we do in Milton Keynes.
Yeah. Crazy times.
So let me ask you my next question then. Thank you for showing us that. Obviously, you've got your gardening, you've got your knitting. You still obviously play a lot of piano. Trying to strike the balance between, traveling all over the world. You've got your cruises, you've got your touring. How do you find? It seems like you've got a great balance. Obviously, you said you turned 30. You're getting married. Is there anything that you've done to allow yourself to find that balance? Like, has it taken time to get the balance? Do you now say no to things that you might have said yes to, or tell us the secret?
It's taken a long time to find the balance. It really has, as I think you can probably both attest to. You've got to not have the balance, really, first to understand where it is that you shouldn't be at. I would say before COVID, I would say yes to everything, partially because of the fear of going, if I don't say yes to this, where's the next one coming from? Where's it all coming from? So I've been to that place where I run myself into the ground, and I, unfortunately get unwell. COVID taught me a lot. I know that we hate COVID, but COVID taught me a lot. It taught me that I can survive on very, very little. So I don't need to say yes to everything. I can say yes to things that I want to do and that fulfill me and that pay well. I don't have to say yes to this just because it's been offered to me. It's taken a long time. I tell you what, moving out of London was the best thing for me. I know that it's, people love London. They want to live in that's totally fine. Personally, for me, moving out of London and taking myself away from that and allowing my work to exist in one city, leave and then look after myself somewhere else and have that physical distance away from my job was wonderful for me. Oh my God. But yeah, I've been to that other side of place where you're just working flat out all the time, as you've probably both been there yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And then you've got to find that it doesn't work. You can't, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. So yeah. And also we have 4 cats, so I've got to look after them as well, you know? Someone's got to scoop up. I've got a litter tray like right down there that I've been waiting for someone to use midway through this podcast. But yeah. Yeah.
So what has been the best piece of thank you? What has been the best piece of advice that you've been given? Something that somebody said to you that's really stuck with you?
Oh God. Biggest piece of my advice was listen to compliments. Sorry, I'm going to try that one more time. Biggest piece of advice I've been given is listen to compliments. Take it on board. Because we do shows, we do performances, we do things where we get, you know, gratification. And it's so easy to go, no, or it's like, great, thank you very much. And you sit it on yourself and it's there. And then it's easy to just take that clothing off, take that show outfit off, and so do all those compliments. And you don't take them in. And I always have that in the back of my head going, the imposter syndrome of going, you're not good enough, or compare yourself to this person, compare yourself to that person. And it can show, that can really show in front of people. So I remember someone, a very good friend of mine, telling me, you've got to take those compliments in. You've got to listen to that good feedback. If someone's telling you that whether they're in the industry or they're not, if they really loved your performance, great, take that in. If someone's saying that, I mean, you're the best that they've seen or whatever, take something and really apply it to yourself and give yourself your flowers. It's going to take you so much further. Listen to that. And I can apply that to my real life as well, not just my industry, but, you know, I'm good at things. People value me. Otherwise it's, you know, glug, 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 glug. And you never move out that way.
And where can we find you then in 5 years' time? Like, what would be your ideal dream scenario?
Oh, God. Dream scenario. Oh, I'm kind of living it. I love my life. I love
that answer. No one's ever said that.
I love my life. I wanted to be, I wanted to play piano for a living, and that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to make my money off, like my career. And I wanted to have fun doing it. I didn't want it ever to be a chore, and it's not a chore. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I've met some fabulous people. I keep meeting fabulous people. Oh God, what would I like to be in 5 years? I'd like to do another show. I'd love to do another show. I'd love to do another like year, something like that. It doesn't need to be a tour. It doesn't need to be a town. I'd love to do another big show. I'd love to be on more cruises. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be 35 and I'll be way on my way to 40 and I'll be dealing with that next milestone.
Yeah.
I love my life. I love my life. It's great. So continuing this.
So what's going to happen now is we've got a final little game for you.
Great. We know how well I did on the other one. Jesus Christ.
So we'll see whether you know this or not. I feel like this might be in one of the sets that you've been playing. I'm hoping that it is. So all you have to do is finish the line.
Okay.
So I sing a bit and then you finish it, okay?
Okay.
I'd rather be sailing, yes I would, on an open sea.
I'd stand there inhaling, yes I would. Oh, I'd rather be sailing. Finn, love that. Thrilled, not shaking yet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben. Sorry we made you nervous for 2 moments there. But
I'm never playing that game again. Thank you, I'm never playing that game again. I'm going to go and read up on every single piece of musical theatre known to man. And
please let the listeners know where they can find you on social media and where they can come and see you and John Barrowman on tour.
So you can find me on most popular social media websites at Ben Papworth. It's just that. No one else is called Ben Papworth. I am on tour throughout the UK with John Barrowman at the end of April into the end of May at various locations. If you go to johnbarrowman.com, you can find the link. That I'm not listing all the UK venues. I couldn't do that. I'm not good with the list, as we've realised. And then you can see me at September to October. I'll be back on tour with John Barrowman. If you're in Montreal, I'll be in Montreal in the beginning of July. Where else will I be? Other places. And if not, see me on my honeymoon. I'm getting married in September. So.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us at Stage Door. Have a wonderful
Thank you for having me.
A wonderful tour, and hopefully we'll catch you somewhere along the way.
Thank
you,
you.
Ben
Love you both.
Papworth.
Mwah, mwah. Bye.